Third Street Reactions here. We're back. I'm Shane.
Zach.
And we're back with Star Wars: The Clone Wars. We're watching in chronological order, and we're on episode 100. Last episode, we had the introduction of Gregor, and it's not really a spoiler. I mean, you know the big strokes of what happens in Star Wars anyways. But we do see Gregor again in the future. It's, Rebels and a few other things. And we had Mr. Borkus, his boss.
Yeah.
What an evil...
shitty old roast beef flaps faced...
See, in my head, I feel like those guys, like in New York, who's, they own a diner, I feel like those are the good guys.
The cool guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's not. He was just absolutely shitty. He just found this guy that didn't have a memory. He's like, I'll take him all, I'll make him my slave.
Yeah.
You have a good life here, Gregor.
It's just, I guess it's just that, with that accent, it sounds perfect for, like Slavic. I thought it was an uneven kind of arc, but, it was enjoyable, but I'll tell you what.
It wasn't uneven in a way that it seemed like it was off kilter the whole time, though, because in the beginning it was just lean one way.
Yeah, and then you meet Gregor, it was completely the other way.
Yeah, it wasn't uneven because
it wasn't like this. Like, it wasn't rocky.
Yeah, it wasn't rocky because, they accomplished what they wanted to do, which just to make this kiddie episode.
They weren't trying to make something deep and it failed.
But when they tried to inject deepness into it with Gregor, they absolutely succeeded.
Yeah, it was the other way completely.
It went from, I don't want to say shallow, they're not trying to make high art when we were watching those first 2 episodes.
Yeah.
2.5 episodes. They were trying to make something fun for kids. Mm-hmm. And then and they absolutely succeeded for that. But it was a little boring to us, at least to me personally.
I didn't expect much from it.
Yeah.
So you didn't take away much from it. And
it's just and then you walk away and you forget about it.
Very simple exchange.
And then Gregor popped up and it became like, this is one of the great moments in this entire damn show.
Yeah.
Because of the music, I was like fucking tears in my eyes. It was great.
Yeah.
It ended with them leaving him, but he secured their escape. So we're going to see what happens in episode 100. Guys, if you want to support us, we have 4 weeks early access and full length on our Patreon. We appreciate you guys. We also have merch, so check that out. It's another way to support us. Let's jump in.
That's generally true.
Generally true.
Yeah. Not always true.
So we still got these guys.
Looks like the Jedi cruiser is expecting the shuttle. Well, soldiers, this is the end of the mission. Colonel Gascon has succeeded. R2, contact the bridge.
I have got a bad feeling about this, Colonel. Something is not right.
The captured ship.
Probably just the effects of the void. All that magnetic disruption messed up his circuitry. I will not allow your frivolous worrying to undermine this glorious moment. I expect a hero's welcome, not to mention my inevitable promotion to P1 Brigadier.
But
That's shit.
entertaining but little shitty man.
Now, if he was like Krell size, it would be like he's an asshole.
Yeah, but since he's so small, it's
There's
a joke.
There's like a joke about it, yeah.
Sergeant Colonel Meaver Gascon, you have no doubt been expecting me. I am delivering the Separatist encryption module. Why, it's just a hologram.
I did not expect that.
What would be the point of the holograms then?
The blazes is going on here.
I do not know, but we just made the jump to hyperspace, which means somebody is navigating this ship.
You droids! What are you doing on our ship?
Surrender, or you will be destroyed.
Battle droids!
Runs into
Down here!
He's moving pretty fucking fast.
Yeah.
Fluidly.
It was it's an upgrade, I guess.
You seen the intruders? They went that way? Roger, roger.
It appears this ship has been hijacked by Separatists.
What's the point of the hologram, I'm wondering?
What do you mean it doesn't
I don't know.
belong here?
This is not Republic technology.
Well, what exactly do you think it is?
A bomb!
What kind of a bomb? Is it armed? How long do we have? Talk to me! What do you mean the ship is a bomb? Mother of Quack. There must be enough rhydonium in here to blow up the entire Republic fleet. I don't know what any of this means, but I want off this ship immediately. My mission is over.
do not stop this ship before it explodes, it could cost the Republic thousands of lives.
Pure speculation. We're evacuating this ship, and that is an order. We'll have to wait to evacuate until the ship is out of hyperspace.
By then, it could be too late. Once we get where we are going, my guess is kaboom!
Those little shit slick fucking Cad Bane has.
Yep.
Wait. No.
Aw.
What's going on? Who is this?
My master called me Bunny.
And where is your master?
He was killed when the Separatists took control of this ship.
Why were you hiding from us?
Once you saw the truth, I was simply hoping you would abandon ship and take the rest of us with you.
You're telling me there's more Republic crew members on board?
Did you destroy the intruders?
Nah, no.
There are Republic droids on this ship. You will search the entire ship until the intruders are found and report back to me.
Buzz
Buzz
droids.
droids, yeah. We haven't had them yet, have we?
You can come out now. It is okay.
Gunk.
They're some of my favorite droids, gunk droids.
Mouse droid and another thing, like Rob.
Oh yeah.
None of us can pilot a shuttle, which is why we needed you.
Why you need me? Hi there. I am the pilot.
What is this separatist plot? I do not know the details. I was only able to steal the coordinates of their target.
Target? You mean they aren't just planning to blow up this ship?
I do not believe so. The coordinates are a space station in the Karita system.
The Jedi Council will be there, along with Republic officers from around the galaxy. You're right. We can't just sit here and do nothing. Where's he going?
Uh-oh.
That buzz droid is not with me.
It must be a spy.
Stop that droid!
This is a hell of a scene.
Yes, it is. It's surprising they haven't ran into anything else. Must be a skeleton crew on board this damn thing.
Well, with our idea of ships taking so many people to operate them, not just the people on the bridge. If
Well, I get that.
guys
I
shove a
mean,
coal
they're
in
only
there.
planning on just, running it into something. That's one thing. So that explains why.
That's pretty funny.
Colonel, I think I see him. I think I see a whole lot of
That is
him.
terrible.
It's a trap! It's a trap!
Oh, I didn't think about it. And he says it like them, too. you'd be screwed. There's so many of them.
Oh no. Oh no, not the gunk droid. They'll light them all on fire. Yep.
You gotta be careful.
Good work. You've established a perimeter.
There are still more coming. Please tell me you have a brilliant strategy, Colonel.
I don't know. There are just so many of them.
Did he raise oxygen?
What do you mean, get out? All right. What are you going to do?
You are going to open the airlock? Are you crazy, BC? Everybody, magnetize your feet. Calm down.
What if they just hit your ass? Or maybe they can't. Well,
BC, magnetize!
damn!
Oh damn.
That's...
What about that little frog man?
Close the doors!
When those fall into hyperspace, they'll be going near the speed of light.
Will be missed.
Be trapped in there forever.
But I think they
Just like fucking Cowboy Bebop says last time we had an episode like this.
When this D Squad started our mission, I had doubts. Grave doubts that we would ever survive, let alone succeed.
Belly.
Shocks me to say this, but we make an excellent team. Now we've lost one of our men, BZ. But we must remember, BZ sacrificed himself for us.
It's a little confusing to have two bridges.
Have the buzz droids reported back in yet?
Now.
You don't get to communicate to like go down and up.
Yeah.
I want those intruders found before they ruin our plans.
Roger, 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 roger.
It's carrying the gonk.
Everybody knows the plan? Get the injured droids to the shuttle and distract the battle droids while R2 goes up to the detonator and programs it to explode early.
The intruders! Destroy them!
What'd you stop for? Jesus.
Well, because they have sentience, it just kind of makes it a horrible thing when the droid goes down.
We have our target in sight.
Full ahead. Ramming speed. Evacuation plan is now underway. I will go to the detonator and start the countdown.
These things sound really cool.
Yeah, they do. They're always, and they're cool, like the idea of them.
The worst part about our job are these boring strategy conferences.
Cheer up, Anakin. This is your chance to voice all your complaints about military protocol. I will inform Master Windu the last straggler has arrived. Or you work on your attitude.
Yeah, Shane. Work on your attitude.
I do have that.
That ship coming in a little too fast.
Careful, you'll hit the Rhydonium.
Everyone, head to the ship. C4 and I will distract them.
He's actually leading to the front, though.
Yeah.
Look at mouse droid.
Yeah.
You are too late. Once the detonation sequence has commenced, there is no stopping it.
R2 is in trouble. Come on. R2 will never make it back to the shuttle in time. We've got to delay the launch.
Have you been able to contact their captain? Z9 says he
Tarkin?
cannot make contact with anyone.
We've got to regroup and head back for R2. Well, we're changing the plan. No one gets left behind, and we're not leaving until I say so.
Prepare for liftoff.
No, it is too soon.
They're scanning a large amount of Rhydonium on that ship.
It's a bomb.
Good looking effect.
And you thought this conference would be boring.
I love their back, dude. I love it.
Mayday, Mayday! Space Station Valor, this is Colonel Mabel Gascon. Can anyone hear me?
We read you, Colonel. This is General Skywalker. What's going on out there?
The droids and I were stowaways on that cruiser.
Where's R2?
He was on that ship when it blew up, sir. He just saved all your lives.
I want a salvage team out there now.
Yes, sir.
I think realistically, he'd be obliterated.
Yeah, I agree.
He's pretty
That's
fucked up.
pretty fucked up. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a good looking shot, though.
No, yeah, this is, yeah. This is one of the great things that R2's done. Like, he saved like 100,000 people.
If not more.
You made it, buddy. Hey, you're a big hero. There's someone here who wants to speak to you.
R2-D2, are we glad to see you? I might just be a map reader, and I don't have much battle experience. But R2, you are the bravest droid I have ever met. You all are. I would be proud to serve with you droids anytime, anywhere.
I hear we have been assigned to the same platoon. We will be seeing each other every day for the rest of the war.
That's great, Whack.
And medical droids on R2, they specialize in, look at that gunk. Look at that. Yeah. Steven Stanton, who's, he does Tarkin and Gascon. Yeah.
It's a hell of a thing.
Yeah. Okay. So that was officially the end of the arc.
Yeah.
The third chapter was the strongest, like emotionally, but I thought it ended pretty well. And honestly, the explosion and stuff, it was awesome.
No, I agree.
Yeah.
It was a pretty cool effect, especially for when you see R2 floating in space, in
Yeah.
dead space. It looked like a modern video game.
Like a harrowing,
Yeah.
terrible thing. Yeah.
Yeah. It looked good. Except
Now-
when it showed, the people, and you can tell it's a step back
Yeah.
beyond, modern game graphics and shit like that. But when it showed R2 all by himself, it seemed like something you would see.
We have Buzz droids come back into Star Wars.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think we've seen him yet. I think the first time we see him is Revenge of the Sith.
Well, you go back, yeah, I'd have to agree. And then Rhydonium. What was the name of the trooper we discussed in the last episode?
Gregor.
Yeah. They were loading Rhydonium onto the shuttle
Yeah. So now we know
to
why.
take somewhere, and now you know why.
Yep.
Colonel Gascon is a little bit of a coward, or was. But then by the end of that episode, he was leading the charge. And
Yeah, he was leading
we'll
the
distract him, and you guys...
Was he a coward or was he just that ignorant? Because he was like,
No,
that's
he was-
speculation. And then when he found out, then he became.
I think it was pretty cowardly. Why? You have to be very short-sighted to think, like, you can't... Why would they just blow up a ship with that much...
I think he's that short-sighted. But he could be.
You're giving people a lot of credit, though.
Is it more credit to be a coward or more credit to be short-sighted?
No, you're giving them credit in terms of, okay, it's more credit to be short-sighted because you're not being cowardly and running away from a great responsibility.
Oh, I guess I just. I don't know
You're
if
saying the guy is just like
Like, he's
short-sighted.
so-
he's
he's
just
so
so
foolish.
ignorant
Yeah.
that he just didn't realize we can't be doing anything with this shit, and they just go.
Well, I
instead
guess
of-
in the second episode when they were in the desert, he was being kind of cowardly.
He's been that way the whole time until this end of this episode, like halfway through this episode, towards the end, where he's like, "Oh, me and C4 we'll distract him. You guys
Yeah.
go get to the ship," and then
Yeah.
they do their thing. So
The Creta system, it's in one of the books.
okay,
It's one of the old books, pretty sure. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
and
I
it's
mean,
one thing
Filoni's always trying to put all that stuff in EU stuff.
we've talked about the difference between like high science fiction, like just science, strictly hard sci-fi.
Yeah.
Not high, but hard science fiction.
Yeah.
Versus the fantasy elements of Star Wars. Well, explosions in space.
Yeah, there are
That's
none.
kind of a thing.
There can't be.
There can't be.
Yeah.
But that's a thing in Star Wars.
Yeah.
There are explosions in space.
Yeah.
So that's something where you can't really draw the line. Like, well, is it science fiction or is it fantasy? It's like, no, it's not physically possible.
Yeah.
But they do it for effect.
It's a fantasy, essentially, yeah.
Yeah, this is literally strictly a fantasy. There's no science fiction.
And there's
to
no
it.
sound either.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
void.
Yeah.
There's
so-
nowhere for sound to travel.
Yeah.
So, Star Wars is strictly a fantasy. It's not sci-fi fantasy. It's just fantasy.
Yeah.
It's great
Oh, yeah. For
for
sure.
what it is.
Yeah.
So, and it has made such innovative, leaps and bounds for
Well, the
any,
impact on
any
our-
industry. Even hard science fiction has benefited from Star Wars.
Yeah, and who was it, Reagan who created, like, the Death Star program or something?
What is it? Oh, it was the Star Wars program. It was just called Star Wars.
Oh, okay.
Where they were saying they put all this money into this program, so the Soviets tried to match them, and they bankrupted the Soviet Union
Okay.
because we really weren't doing anything.
Yeah.
We were just saying we were doing something, and the Soviets like, they're doing this, we have to match them, and then,
Yeah.
fuck it. I mean, I'm sure there's more details than that, but
Yeah.
the,
Much them. We saw the fierceness of R2-D2. He had a lot of great moments.
he did.
Yeah. And also B6 or B6, yeah, his sacrifice, which was pretty brave.
B7.
B. I wrote
Wasn't
B6.
six.
I wrote 6. But maybe it's 7. The astromech droid sacrificed. I mean, it was quick thinking, and now I will say that buzz droids are designed for. I mean, they're in hyperspace, so that's obviously different. But they're designed obviously to get on starships and attack them at high speeds. So I
Yeah, I
imagine.
don't know. Well, they used those, their outer shells as saws. Or do they have separate? No, they have separate saws.
Yeah, it comes out.
It comes out like a little crab claw thing.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, I remember that now.
Yeah, Anakin was like hitting him off and stuff like that.
No, R2 was. No, he was. He was going up against ships.
Yeah, R2
Scraping them off.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
And R2 just zapped one when it came close to him. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. That opening sequence in Revenge of the Sith is one of the greatest cinematic intros
It's great.
that Star Wars has ever had. Maybe it's a lot of other movies I've seen.
it's really great.
It
Yeah.
just really stands out because it's just the way it opens up. You go over the one ship and then it opens up to the entire.
When they go in, they go through like things, and there's all the debris.
Well, no, just the initial opening where they're flying over the one ship and then it opens up. And
Oh,
it's,
yeah.
it's the entire.
because it's
fucking-
coming. They're coming towards us,
It's
right?
an entire naval battle that's
Yeah.
occurring underneath them, and
Yeah, and we said this before. We won't harp on it, but the original Battle of Coruscant was a 2-hour film. Essentially, they cut out an hour of it.
it's a damn shame.
Yeah, I would like to see that. Oh yeah, we had another Star Wars kind of swear. Mother of Quoth.
I did hear that they had to step back Andor from using the F word.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
Andor is trying. Like, that's where someone's trying in Star Wars to bring it up at a maturity level, and they're like, no. Disney's putting their foot on it.
Yeah, I would have liked to hear it, but it is on Disney Plus, so no one else would probably have it, and it is like one of the lowest financially thing they've ever made.
Yeah, I know, but it doesn't matter. Like, that's what Star Wars needs, a foundation for great to move on. It can't. Why would you want anything to stay the same way forever?
Well, I don't know if like adding swear words makes it different. It just makes it for adults.
If it's natural, though, if it flows.
I'd like to hear it, But like I said, like Deadpool and all that stuff, they took forever to get that on there, and it's one of the things when they made their deals is getting Deadpool on Disney Plus, and you have to like sign in to watch it. You have to sign in separately.
Yeah.
Which is like,
But it's also like they still offer it.
I don't really got anything else. I thought it did pretty well. It's nice to actually have the Jedi in it. It's nice to have Tarkin back in it, and he is an admiral now. They said admiral, pretty sure. Yeah. He was captain last time we saw him, so he's moving his way up. Admiral is much higher than the captain, isn't it?
It's a lot higher than the captain.
Well, I'm pretty sure doesn't Palpatine have a lot to do with his also getting through his promotions too, right?
Because he's directly because he knows Palpatine.
Yeah.
I think he knew, like, Palpatine knew him from the Academy.
It's interesting. It's so cool to me.
He recognized him as something, a tool to be used.
Well, it's great that he saw that in Tarkin and Anakin, and they're both on one side of the war. It's just cool. And then, like 10 years from now, or even 5 years from now, they're both in completely different places in their lives. You know,
the Grand Moff Tarkin.
Yeah,
he's controlling an entire sector, and
also there was that strategic table. They had these strategy meetings, which I imagine that would be boring, actually, if I was Anakin, especially.
Yeah, we know how they're fighting, but at the same time, there's an element to strategy. Strategy wins. Well, logistics wins wars.
Yeah.
Strategy wins battles.
It's like execution of that logistics, right?
Well, it's like logistics. Like, if you can have a strategy, but if you don't have the logistics to support it, you're not going to fucking win the war.
Even Star Wars uses the iconography of monochromaticism and.
Well, most of the Imperial officers look like Nazis.
You think with their... Well, I mean, they're certainly tailored very well.
Yeah, well, they're tailored to look, I feel like Nazis. Like, they have the gray-green color pattern.
Yeah.
Which is kind of what the Nazis had.
Okay.
And, like, just, like, the jack boots.
Yeah.
And, I can't remember what they're called, but the things that flare out of your hips, like on your hams.
Yeah, no,
and,
you're right. Yeah,
so
that
they all
early
look,
style.
Yeah, they look like fucking Nazis. Stormtroopers, like the Sturmgewehr.
Stormtroopers.
Yeah, Stormtroopers directly lifted.
Yeah. We only talk about war.
The Germans though have more
like
the Germans though have more like the big wider hats though. You remember how Eichhorst in the Strain, was it the camp? He had
are they the ones that he fold down?
No,
okay.
It was like you had the shiny brim, and then it had the really wide hat with it kind of went like this.
I don't even remember. Yeah.
Okay. Well,
I'll tell you what though, Star Wars and other things they left behind the hats. You don't see those in fiction now.
Well, you have most of the Imperial officers. They wear those hats.
Oh, they do sometimes.
They wear them all the time. What are you talking about? Tarkin didn't wear one, but a lot of the other ones, like
that's the only one thing Monty.
Like Admiral.
No, Monty wasn't wearing one. The guy got choked. Right.
Yeah. Like every Imperial Admiral and Captain, like all those people, like Admiral Piet, he had a hat.
No, he got choked out too, didn't he?
No, he blew up on the bridge. Remember? Intensive 445 power! Too late! And then the fucking, right. It wasn't an A-wing?
The Asian guy, though.
He's like, ah!
Yeah.
Blows up.
The only Asian guy, I think, in the original trilogy, I feel like. No, anyways.
We talked this to death, so.
One reason honestly, we only talk about war when we talk about Star Wars. That's the only time we do it.
And Clone Wars is literally a war, man.
And we did a couple of times Attack on Titan as the war stuff has ramped up.
Yeah.
So it's always interesting. Guys, thank you for staying along on this journey with us. This is the end of the arc now, I know that for sure. And we got Mother of Quoth, which is just, I don't think it's as cool as Carabast, but it's pretty cool. What's the other one that you said the other day was over?
Dank Farrik, they use all the time.
Dank Farrik.
They use it in the trailer for the Outcast
game.
Or Outlaws. Or...
Yeah, Outlaws, yeah.
And it's like, they say it all the time now,
yeah.
I feel like.
I wonder who made that up. I mean, it originated in The Mandalorian. It definitely sounds more like a Star Wars curse word, I think.
Like, God damn it, is what it reminds me of. But at the same time, it's like when you use it all...
Dank Farrik. Your grandpa, can you imagine your grandpa saying Dank Farrik?
No.
Dank Farrik.
I don't know. I just feel like it's when you only have the 1 or 2 curse words you use.
I
all
always
the
say
time.
like 3 cuss words.
I say shit. I say goddamn. I say fuck. I say
That's not the
balls. I say Jesus Christ. I say like combinations of all of those. I say like all kinds.
Yeah, I
of
never say damn anymore. Thanks, guys. Have a good one.